Hello, welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Lauren.
And I'm Ian.
And this is the Strength and Swings class, episode 2 of semester 1 in 2025. We are here today with an assortment of items off to the side as my workouts have slightly changed. But I have some kettlebells. Ian has
I have my kettlebell.
a kettlebell. We'll get started first with our body weight and then we'll see where that takes us. Let's get started.
Sounds good. Head, necks, rib cages, shoulder blades, that'll be my warm-up. And then Lauren, as usual, take us into those lunges for stretch and strength. Stand in the position comfortable for you and start with our chin tuck or neck flexion here, chin towards the top of the sternum. Then scrape across that clavicle and look towards the right or the left, and then look up the wall to the middle. Once you're in the middle, crown head high, chin tuck down. From here, rotate to the other way. Chin towards shoulder, up the wall, towards the ceiling, chin down, flexion. Pause in the middle when you're at your safest, deepest neck flexion. Then from here, extend, looking towards up, then rotate towards that original wall, then chin tuck down that wall, find the middle shape. One more time, extension, up, rotation the opposite direction, chin tuck down, find the middle, and return the head level on the horizon. Before we use the shoulder blades, before we use the same thing through the rib cage, let's address those shoulder blades. With your hands at your sides, lightly shrug your shoulders up, and then find those armpits or lats as you pull down. Repeat one more time, shrugging up. And for our kettlebell practice, pull those shoulder blades low. In the get up, press low. In the kettlebell rack position or press, armpits low. Then retract, also a common position for the shoulder blades in this practice, and then do the opposite or spread, protract. Repeat 1.5 more of a retraction shape, and then our spread or forward shape next. Finish together. Now keep those shoulder blades together and the hands across body or somewhere nice and tight, and initiate the gentlest chin tuck first, and then the same figure 8 pattern through the rib cage. Flexion is forward, rotation next, side bend to the back corner, up and over to the back, and then forward again, keeping the shoulder blades retracted. Then a rotation the other way, a side flexion, an up and over moment to find middle, and then this time go all the way back down front. Now engage those abs and extend as we go up, and then rotate to a corner, a side bend, and a circle shape from the corner in the back to the front, and continue to think about pulling down those abs to engage the core as we extend. Final rotation to the back corner, then a side bend, and then that rounding shape to the front. Engage the shield as we stand up. Quick upper bodies with me. We will be pressing a little bit today, so just always checking on the shoulders. Be mindful of your own shoulders as we pursue that task. But until then, let's take it to the low body with Lauren and open up those hips.
Great. We're going to come to the floor to do such a thing. And to get there, we're going to send our knees towards over our toes. And then we're going to peel the heels up and descend. And then we're going to land softly on the knees, extend the hips, point the toes behind you, and let's sit back for a second. And then extend those hips forward, back up to our tall kneel. And now from here, we're going to hinge so that, you might want to move that kettlebell, so that our hands land softly on the floor. Before we go further into that low body, let's just check in with those hands. Elbow pits are rotated forward, shoulders are pulled out of the ears. And for 3 in a row, let's do our first knuckle push-up. So that's where our palms leave the floor, fingers stay heavy, elbows stay straight, shoulders stay down. And for 2 more, we try to come up evenly on both sides. And last, 1. This time we'll flick the floor away, giving that a little shake out. Let's do a full 180 turn of those hands. Fingers come down facing your knees, and then palms land. We'll shrug the shoulders, pull them down, and lightly sit back, keeping the palms heavy on the floor. Breathe, push the pinkies heavy down, push the ring fingers, push the middle fingers, push the index fingers, push thummies, and then bend the elbows, peeling that away. Now we're going to come back to our hands, and it's going to take a little work through those wrists. If they don't feel comfortable flat, go ahead to those knuckle fists. but come on down in our all fours position. Next, we're going to take one of our legs directly out to the side. Let's start with that instep on the floor. Okay, we'll lightly have an anterior tip in the hips, meaning tailbone to the ceiling. And for now, we'll enjoy a little stretch. So we'll rock those hips back, knee or butt over top of that back ankle. You can have a toe tucked back there or untucked, whatever you like. And then pull on your lats as you drift yourself forward. Let's do that one more time. Tailbone tips to ceiling, long spine, trying to keep that bowl of punch level, not hiking up that side hip as we rock back. And now we'll pull through. Now to warm up those butt cheeks, we'll take this side leg without dipping, twisting, or rocking. Let's pretend to lift this foot up off the floor. And you should start to feel that butt. And now maybe that pretend becomes a reality, but it might not. For 3, 2, and then land. Try to stay there until you might get the cramp monster in your hip. Try to deal with it. Ready, set, do it again. Try to lift it. For 3, 2, and land. And we're going to do that one more time. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, bend the knee, returning it back underneath you. Press the floor away, take a second off your hand. Good news for you, you have a second side. Use your hinge, place the hands back down. Other leg kicks out. So that instep's on the floor, shoulders are packed, tailbones tip to the ceiling, and again, we'll rock back. First, enjoying that length or stretch through the adductors, and then pulling ourselves forward. Making sure that that bottom leg, the knee is directly under the hip of that bottom leg versus drifting over or away from that leg side. Then get packed, get stacked. Let's first start to pretend to lift up. And you might notice you have to pull that leg in to pretend for 3, 2, and then relax. Readjust as needed, pretend, and then maybe actual. And it might actually lift off, but it might not. For 3, 2, and relax. Oh, and one last time. Ready, set, pretend or actual. 5, 4, 3, 2, bend underneath. Press the floor away.
Is that the easy part of the workout?
Oh.
Whew. Body weight skills can definitely be tough. Holy cow.
Yes. All right, now we'll warm up that lunge. So one leg in front, one leg behind. Back toe is tucked on the floor. First, we'll pull that front leg in. We'll extend that back hip forward, and we'll feel that scissor-like connection. Now let's stay here and try to push the floor forward and back, staying, and assume that hover position. And then continue pushing forward back and make it to get to that high station, keeping the front shin vertical. And then again, pull yourself down. Let's just hover off the floor and repeat that one more time. Push forward and back up. Pull yourself down. Soft landing. Relax. Switch legs. Same thing other side. So backs, toes tucked, bowl of punch level. Front shin vertical. Start the forces pushing it forward and back. Pretend to hover. And then when you're ready, an actual hover. And then a push forward and back all the way up. And then control the down, keeping that back hip extended in the cage on top. And we'll repeat that one more time. Pushing forward and back to rise. And then pulling yourself back down. Landing softly, where we will get to our standing position and warm up our hinge. So with our toes tucked, with or without those hands, we'll rock ourselves back or get up via your something and stand up tall. Great. To the hinge position, where let's just get warmed up. So feet are slightly wider than our hips. We'll take our hands, chop our hips back, and whether you slide those hands down the legs or just slightly in front of you, our feet are gripping the floor. Our shins are vertical. Our spine is nice and long. We feel that length through our hamstrings and we feel that strength. As we push down and out on the floor, glutes extend the hips through, punch you in the stomach, punch you in the butt. A little gentler here today. Chippity chop on the hips, hang out in that hinge position. Then push the floor away, stand up tall. Let's pattern where those hands would go in our swing. So in our two-handed swing as we practiced last week, hands come through, reaching behind you. And then as you stand up, hips extend, Pew, bell floats up to that tall position, shoulders retracted. Bell starts to fall, you don't move, better move. Use your hinge, place the imaginary bell on the floor, stand up without. All right, it's time to get that real bell out. And we're going to start with a half get up times 2 on each side.
Sounds good. So I have a kettlebell, and I'll be using the kettlebell for the get up and the swing component. Lauren again has that assortment of light, super light, and then a little bit heavier kettlebells. Pick the one that's just for you. It might be different for the get up components and or the swings. But starting on the floor, we'll start in that cuddle position. As Lauren said, twice to the mid station or just through that windmill. So here we are in the cuddle. Take that breath in and cuddle, roll, press, 2 hands to the firing range. And then we'll drive the hip, sitting nice and tall, bridging and sweeping and holding for a second. And then all the way back down to the tall sit, the elbow, core brace, returning to the back. Repeat that again with our hip drive, our tall sit, and our bridge and sweep action of the leg. Hold, and then return with control. Elbow and core brace like a plank to the floor. 2 hands, return it to the ground, swivel yourself around, and listen to Lauren's cues for 2 more on that same move.
All right, so the other side, it cuddles, it rolls, and it presses. Set yourself up in that get up position and then use the hip drive, pull to the elbow. Find your hand. It's that bridge and sweep, hold, then come back through the bottom to the elbow and press away from your elbow to your back. Repeat again. Pull yourself to the elbow. Find the hand. Bridge, sweep, 3, 2, then sweep back through. Find that elbow. Press away to your back. Pull the bell down. Return it to the cuddle position. And let's stand up with no hands. No, whoopsies, handed get up. I'm coming.
Once the kettlebell or wood club bell is set up, take your time getting up to standing tall and intervaling those sets of get ups with kettlebell swings. Lauren, for the first set of kettlebell swings, tell me what to do.
Yes, so I will not be swinging today, not feeling it, but Ian will be. So for that first set of swings, we'll take that bell in front of us and we'll set up in our hip hinge position. Chip chop. Hands grip bell, tip it, and now let's start just by pulling that bell to the zipper and then parking it back on the floor. Repeat, pull and park. We're noticing that Ian's staying the same height. Park, let go, stand up without. Or last one. Ian's staying the same height this whole time. Nothing changes other than that lat engagement to pull the bell into the hip hike position. This time we'll add that full swing, 1 full swing, stop bell, for a total of 3 stop swings. So hip hinge, pull, swing, through, park, pull, swing, through, park, and one last time, pull, swing, through, park. Good, place it down. Depending on how that's feeling, if you're ready, let's just go through a set of 5 continuous swings here. I'm just gonna do a couple hinges off to the side myself, but 5 swings. Each time those hips are going back, we're driving them through all the way up to the tall, up to tall, at the top of your swing here. So hips extend fully.
Scale your own warm-up workout. So if it's bodyweight hinges like Lauren, shake it out in between, or follow me along those swing progressions. And it's always okay to do bodyweight, the deadlift, the bodyweight groove, or following along for some higher repetitions in a moment. Get ups from the bottom to mid-station twice. We've done that. Now it's working from the top down also twice, inclusive of that overhead press.
That means you have to use your hinge to get the bell to that rack position. So hip hinge. Pull bell up to rack. When you're ready, press bell overhead. That leg you can touch will step back. Then the front foot will move open. We'll do our rotation and our hand will find the floor. Next, the hand will leave the floor, rotate to the front, square up, hop to tall, repeat same side, pull yourself back down. Step, rotate, hinge, hand finds floor, hand leaves floor. Front foot moves, up to tall, pull bell down, return it with your hinge to the floor. Stand up, take a second off, and get ready to do the same thing on the other side.
It's that hike to the groin, then use those hips up and find pressing overhead. Keep the arms straight and knuckles to the ceiling as we descend in our lunge. And then open in the windmill. Hinge hand to the floor and pose. Then press the hand away and push that hip through. Square up lunge and finish nice and tall. Repeat one more as we descend in the lunge. Open in the windmill. Look at that bell. Nice straight arm, pack shoulder, and push through. Extending the hip, squaring up, finishing tall, and return to the rack, and return to the floor with a whisper, quietly, because it means you're in control. Uppers and lowers or full bodies, definitely like that get up is to more swings, Lauren. What's the volume here?
This time, Team Ian will be doing 5 continuous swings. And instead of the I go, you go, because I'm not going today, I'm going to do 2 body weight hinges. Then you'll go again 5 swings.
Sounds good.
Okay, so Ian team, 5 continuous swings here. Hips through at the top. Hinge every time. Load up hammies, load up glutes, load up abs. Bell goes down. I give you a little break by doing a body weight single leg hinge.
Awesome. Taking your time and working on those small things in between, whether that's staying loose with me or picking one of these activities, a single leg hinge with Lauren or those swings with me.
And then it's time for Team Ian to go again. Another set of 5 strong swings. So hip drive, tight at the top, abs braced. Good. Last one. You get a little breather. I'll do 2 single leg hinges.
Nice. The same cues for Lauren, the vertical shin on the standing leg, the packed shoulder, those level hips, and going slow in Lauren's movement, the hinge, and ballistic, fast in the swing. Both are great, but go slow in Lauren's movement and try to be very fast with mine.
We're going to start back on the floor and do 1 full get up on each side. So let's lie ourselves down.
We're there.
And I'm going to get that light kettlebell out here for this little guy. Everything's feeling good. So we'll start in that cuddle position. And we'll roll to our back. And we'll press that bell up 2 hands. So from here, it's that hip drive pull. Find your hand. Bridge sweep. Press through. Square up. Both legs help you up. And then that single leg touch back. Step open. Rotate hinge. Sweep. Elbow. Press away to your back. Pull it down to the floor. Let it rest. Take your time as you spin around.
And what you do on one side, try to keep it even and do the same on the other, but only if it feels safe and strong. So on the other side, it starts on the floor with that roll to press, and it's that hip drive to the bent leg to pull on the elbow. Squish the bug in the tall sit, bridge and sweep. Press through, square up the lunge, and finish nice and tall. When you return in the lunge, squeeze your back butt cheek to keep the hip extended. And then we can hinge, hand to floor, tall sit, find the elbow, return to your back, and down. Now I stood up on my one leg the other time, so that's my other leg this time, and with a little bit
No hands.
of someone else's hands, help yourself up.
So we'll come back to those 2-handed swings again, adding a little bit of volume this set, and going up to the number 8. Times 2 on each side, and I'm going to do the same thing in between, giving you a little break. So 8 2-handed swings for Team Ian. Ready, set, and swing away. Hips through, blades together. Good. It's the hips that drive through, not those knees that straighten. Hip extension, abs and butts. Every time thinking about something a little bit the same but different.
In the middle, rest. Shake it out. Perhaps alternating your repetitions with me and checking out Lauren's lovely hinge. The feet are rooted, same with our swing. Shins are vertical, same in our swing. Working on the balance, rooting down, and when Lauren's done, like she is, It's time for us to do our number again.
Team Ian, another set of 8. So increasing that volume slightly here for 2 rounds of 8. Make sure swing number 1 looks like swing number 8. You're keeping that tension high. You're keeping that ballisticness high. Questionable adjective.
Ooh.
Soft landing. Adverb.
Was it an ly?
Ness.
Yeah, that's maybe not an adverb.
Ballistically.
There we go. But taking your time, checking in, heart rate's going today. So just slow it down. Give it permission to get up there, powerful with those swings, but give it that nice confidence that we can pass that and work on our
get up, down, and up.
Amazing, with the press. And if you wanted more presses, perhaps join us in last week's workout where we explored presses 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this week,
on the bar workout.
That's right. And then on Thursdays. And this week, maybe add some volume to that or challenge a new weight. We'll see how it goes in a couple days here.
We'll take this bell up to the rack position using our hinge, zip, punch it overhead, and now leg you can touch, steps back. Step open, rotate hinge, sweep through. Find your elbow, press away to your back. Keep that arm up, hip drive, pull. Find your hand, bridge sweep, press through, square up. Both legs help you up, pull bell down, return it to the floor. Ooh.
And what you do on one side, let's do it on the other with a little shake. Start that plank tension right now as we hike that and press it with a nice exhale to overhead. Now that leg we touched can drop and open to the side, the windmill. Sweep through. Find the elbow, plank tension again, returning to the floor. Then drive the hip and pulling on the elbow. Squish the bug and pack the shoulder. Bridge, sweep. Hand moves, we square up the lunge, tall stand, and with control, return to the rack and return it to the floor. Collectively, we've done 5s, a little warm up before that, and then 8. Is this your challenge, that ultimate number today, towards 10 kettlebell swings? I think that's mine. I've done that check-in. We've prepared along the way for 10 reps. Choose your number. If you start to lose that power, that amplitude, height of the bell, call it a done. Stay fresh and stay strong.
Call it a done. Team Ian, 10 two-handed swings here. Hips coming through every time. I'm going to come through and punch you in the butt and punch you in the abs. Punch you. Punch you. Punches. Good. Tight at the top of that swing. Hinges every time. Ooh, soft landings. We're going to do 3 deadlifts to buy you some time.
Nice. So whether it's single legs like Lauren did earlier, or now that double leg hinge and two-handed lift, pack the shoulders. Go through the preload, which is similar to that tip that you and I will do on that kettlebell swing. Couple reps. Let's take an extra breath or two and exhale deeply.
Gets to do a second set of 10. So same thing again. Hips drive that bell up. A kettlebell swing is ballistic. This part right here, it's floating. Floating kettlebell because your hips drove it through. So we are not lifting this bell, we are swinging it from here and from here.
Woo. Nice, and that gets us just about that 50 number of swings. Quite a bit of swings for our second episode in this series, semester 1. But join us for more, but also do less and stay strong with those reps that you do choose to engage with.
We should do one last get up today because that gets us about our 10 get ups.
Sounds good.
If you're counting.
Yep.
So, start it from the top or the bottom, Ian?
I like that press, that time under tension. So join us if you can from that top down get up. Call it out, Lauren. I need to catch my breath.
Okay. From that hinge position, we'll pick up our kettlebell and we'll press it overhead. And then again, as usual, leg you can touch, steps back. It opens up. It rotates, hinges, sweeps, elbow, push away to your back. Then it's the hip drive pull. Find your hand. Bridge sweep. Press through. Square up. stand up, bell pulls down, 2 hands. And I'll save you in a little breath here, and
Oh, yeah.
I'll talk on the other side too.
Amaze.
So give that a little shake and wiggle. And when you're ready, second side.
Final side.
Final side.
Nice.
To the rack. To the press. Strong side. Step back. Open. Rotate hinge. Sweep. Elbow to your back. And then hip drive pull. Find your hand. Bridge sweep. Press through. Square up. Hippity hop. Pull that bell down. Return it to the floor. Place it down. Oh.
30 minutes or just a little bit less. It's all we need to get a good sweat, challenge that heart rate, feel strong, and stay safe. Well, some of us are working on growing other things, not just our strength. We're scaling those workouts to be appropriate for beginner, and then, a modest professional here with a slightly heavier bell to challenge yourself as you wish throughout this semester 1 in 2025.
Stay tuned to the bar class this week where we'll be pressing and working on that hip mobility. And then next week is week 3 of the semester. If you want to do more, there's a lot in the archive, so check it out. Make sure you like and subscribe and check out our website, barsandfellas.com. Until next time, take care.
Stay strong.
Well, let's train soon.
Have a good night.
Goodbye.